Over the past few months in the Pokemon community, there has been serious discourse on what is the worst generation or Pokemon games. One of the games that are often brought up is the Johto games. While these games are very loved, as are all Pokemon games, there are also games that are often criticized, and often one of the main criticisms made on these games is the awful level curve. This is also a major criticism of Pokemon Heartgold and SoulSilver, is that it did nothing to really fix the level curve, so I thought, what if I attempted to fix the level curve of the Johto games, using Pokemon Heartgold and SoulSilver to make our changes. One other common complaint that is brought up is most of the gym leaders not using any Johto Pokemon, so I attempt at squeezing at least one Johto Pokemon into every team as to make it so that all these new Pokemon are actually used by the gym leaders. And if you enjoyed this video, why not give it a like, maybe leave down a comment below on your thoughts, and if you enjoy the content on this channel, why not hit that subscribe button. Anyways, let's attempt at fixing Johto's two biggest problems, starting with I've decided that Natu can replace Pidgey, as Natu is a Generation 2 Pokemon that isn't too strong, as you can get several Pokemon that easily counter it, like Geodude from Route 46 in the Dark Cave, Onix from the Bellsprout trade, and Ghastly from the Sprout Tower. Also, I made Natu level 11 to shorten the gap between his two Pokemon's levels, because having a 5 level difference between the Pidgey and Pidgeotto was a very odd choice they made, because in the original games, the Pidgeotto was only level 9. At least all of his Pokemon were decent on his team, unlike Bugsy really needs to have a buff on his team due to the crippling weaknesses that the bug type has. Instead of having all Kantomons, two of which are the Cocoons, we can give him some Johto Pokemon. Pineco and Yanma are some Generation 2 bugs that aren't the generic Route 1 bug, and Venonat is the only other Generation 1 bug that isn't a generic Route 1 bug, Paris, or Pinsir. While Bugsy is famous for his generally bad team, this upcoming leader is infamous for a certain Pokemon, and that leader is like before, the levels are increased to be more in line with the rest of the games. Teddiursa is added to her team because A, it's a Johto Pokemon, and B, it fits with Whitney's theme of having Pokemon that are considered cute, and what better Pokemon to have that distinction than the literal teddy bear Teddiursa. This is the only fundamental change that I made to her team. You know a gym leader specializes in which type that normal types can't hit? It's Since this is being done through Pokemon Heartgold and SoulSilver, however, we can take out both Ghastly and one of the Haunters and replace them with Mischievous and Mismagius. Another major problem of Heartgold and SoulSilver was that not all of the Generation 4 evolutions were obtainable, so I made the change to give the bosses the Sinnoh evolutions, and yes, this would also include the player getting the chance to get them before the Elite Four, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire style. Now here's the tricky section to fix, and partly the reason why the level curve is so wonky. Since you can fight Chuck, Jasmine, and Price in any order, their levels are all around the same. I found this choice to be odd, as most players will probably fight them in that order anyways, so I decided to make the level curve follow suit. Now we have like all the others that I've covered besides Whitney, there originally wasn't a Johto Pokemon. I felt that him on top was the perfect fit, as it was a Pokemon along with Tyroke that had connected two vaguely related Pokemon to the same family, so it's the best of both worlds. Also, I felt like adding a Machoke for that extra bit of challenge. I decided to leave Poliwrath unchanged because honestly, its moveset is fine enough and Poliwrath is already a challenging Pokemon to fight anyways. Fighting is a type that does super effective damage against the Pokemon used by toss one of the Magnemites out and evolve the other one into a Magneton. Give Jasmine a Skarmory, one of the two Johto Steel types that isn't an evolution of a Kanto Pokemon. Also, having the Flying type Skarmory would make the player learn that some Pokemon can counter a type that they are usually weak against. Also, I decided to get rid of Steelix's Screech for Dig to give it a ground stab. Ice sculpting is a very dedicated craft, and there's probably no better ice sculptor than Instead of having a Seal, I decided to toss it and replace it with a Glaceon and add a Weavile. Having a diverse set of Pokemon by having a Water, Ground, and Dark type allows for a challenge that the 7th gym should have. Also, since we are using Heartgold and SoulSilver to base the changes to the gym leaders, we could take full advantage of the Sinnoh evolutions to add Glaceon and Weavile instead of having half the Pokemon be part Water. Say, you remember that one gym leader who refused to give you the badge even after you defeated her? Well, her name was It's hard to change Claire's team because it's the only team where the Pokemon are actually fine, but I feel like we can improve it just a little bit better. I replaced one of the Dragonairs with an Arbok, as Arbok is in the Dragon Egg group. Also, why can't it learn Dragon Pulse, but Steelix, a Pokemon that isn't in this egg group, can? And replace Dragonair Slam with Fire Blast or Aqua Tail, as these are the only moves that are different between the two Dragonairs, and let's be honest, Slam is easily replaceable. Hey, remember Bill Nye the Science Guy? Well, I think I just found his cousin. Say hello to Replaced one of the Johto with an Espeon and changed Slowbro into Slowking for more Generation 2 Pokemon representation. Also, Karen has an Umbreon, so why not let Will have the other evolution introduced in Johto? Also, I felt like Exeggutor's original moveset was way too horrible for an Elite Four member, so I decided to change it up a little bit. I also replaced Me First with Aerial Lace on Johto, as it was one of the moves that the other Johto had. Ninjas, am I right? Did you hear about this one ninja named? Replaced Ariados and Venomoth with Qwilfish and Weezing. Qwilfish, as it is a somewhat bulky Pokemon that could provide a challenge for players, and Weezing, as it's usually Koga's main Pokemon in the Kanto games. I also revamped most of Forretress's moveset so that it has a stronger moveset. No changes besides levels, of course, were made to Muk and Crobat. Hey, what's that one song that surpassed Let It Go on the charts from Encanto? Oh yeah, it was We Don't Talk About. Terrible jokes aside, I evolved the Onix into a Steelix and gave it more of an offensive moveset. I also replaced Hitmontop with Heracross, as Hitmontop was used for Chuck's team when I changed it. I also replaced Machamp's Revenge and Foresight with Bullet Punch and Poison Jab to make it more of an actual threat. Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan remain unchanged. We all know that the Dark type in Japanese can be roughly translated to the Evil type, and what is one of the greatest evils in today's society? Well, that would be... Replaced Vileplume and Gengar with Weavile and Tyranitar, evolved our Murkrow into a Honchkrow and made Tyranitar the new ace Pokemon to make her a bit more challenging. Replaced Umbreon's Feint Attack with Mean Look, as it poses a slightly harder challenge for players who like to switch their Pokemon around. Gave Honchkrow a revamped moveset to make it more offensive and gave it Taunt to stop players from shutting it down so easily. Weavile has the same moveset as her original rematch Weavile, as it just works as a strong moveset. All I changed for Houndoom was replacing Crunch with Sludge Bomb for the slightly higher coverage. I made Tyranitar the new ace Pokemon, as with fixing the level cap, a Pokemon like Tyranitar could actually exist without feeling like cheating. 300 level Dragonites. And it makes the fight before the Lance a little bit more difficult with the 600 base stat total Pokemon. Now we get to Mr. Fancy Cape himself. Champion Lance and his overabundant usage of Dragonites is a bit crazy, so what if we replace two of them with an Arbok and a Kingdra? Anyways, I replaced Gyarados with Yanmega, mainly because of what we call the species that Yanmega is based on in English, the Meganera, a gigantic dragonfly, and the fact that Gyarados was used on Claire's team and more variety on Lance's team doesn't hurt. Aerodactyl's moveset is the only one I left untouched, as it's a decent moveset for the champion. I gave Charizard Flamethrower and Dragon Pulse to replace the weaker Dragon Claw and Fire Fang. Arbok is here like how it was on Claire's team, as Arbok is a part of the Dragon Egg group, and I didn't want 5 of the 6 Pokemon being flying types, thus the lack of Gyarados as well. Fun fact, the only Dragon type move that Arbok can learn is Dragon Tail, even to this day. Kingdra's moveset has been made to be a special attacker, and I decided to give it agility as well. Lastly, for Dragonite, I decided to get rid of all the elemental moves and gave it Wing Attack, Outrage, Thunder Wave, and Roost to make it the ultimate challenge for the player to overcome. So this is just part 1 of 2 at my attempt at trying to fix Johto's level curve to flow more seamlessly and make the teams of the gym leaders have slightly more interesting moves, Pokemon, and just to include more Johto Pokemon in general. Part 2 should be released around a week after this is uploaded, so look forward to that. If you have any thoughts on how you would improve Johto, or any other region for that matter, why not let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, why not give it a like, and if you enjoy my content, why not hit that subscribe button and even hit that notification bell. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.